because I don't actually have any like proper jobs to do during this feed here, so I need to try and figure a means of entertaining myself through this. Hello, if you're watching here, especially if you're watching on this screen where my fingers are moving. Hello, I'm live elsewhere as well, if you were wondering. So if I answer someone who's not in the comments and you're like, who's he talking to? Is he mental? No, I'm just answering other. Oh, I can zoom in on my head. A little bit of zoom. There we go. There you are. There's like I'm in the bottom of the corner of the screen going, hello! Like that. I should have another face here being like, hello! Like that. Do you know what I mean? That'd be a good idea. Might not be a good idea. Might be a terrible idea. But, you know, live under the desk as well, if you're wondering. It's that time of the week. Another rat pencil case Oplex will be when I've made one. I have got rats on my line at the minute. I've just been busy with other jobs at the minute. It's that time of year. I've got to catch up on all the stuff that I've been putting off through December and do all like the sort of this January jobs, if you like. And then there's some February jobs and then things go back to normal. But that's when the next one will be. Just when I get round to it. If you could pick a colour of rat. I can't put the mic higher up, man. I'm streaming on the tablet. Is it quiet? Is it that quiet? Let me see. So I can get an idea. Maybe if you're right, John. I think it's just the case that this is in. But how about I'm gonna slip a couple pens underneath you, Paul. Hope you don't mind. Like that. Is that better, Paul? Hopefully that's a bit better there. Unless it's just because I'm speaking quietly. Maybe I'm just speaking quietly. Well, that's probably going to have to do that, Paul. Thank you, CD, and hello, John. I actually had a shower today, John. I had a shower today. John's asking when I last had a shower. I had one today. Before today, if I had to guess, my guess would probably be maybe Tuesday, maybe, at a push. I think. I don't know. I don't keep a note of it. I should do a shower chart, but then if I keep a shower chart, I'm going to have more showers to make myself look better on the shower chart, John, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? Then you don't get an actual answer. You get an inflated answer to make me look cleaner than what I probably am. Me teeth. After giving him a run round with my tongue, I'd probably say maybe yesterday. Probably not today. Not been out of the house today, so it's hard to remember. You put your headset on. Hello, Cameron. Rat-ass boy. You alright, Emma? I'm alright, mate, yeah. I'm sound. You alright, Rise? Oh, we've got a few regulars in, which is nice, eh? I've got no plans for a live around. I've just got some music on in my ears. I've got the live stream on under the desk as well. If that means something to you, go find that. If it doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit on my head on here. There we go. That might be a little bit less blurred. Catchphrase is a good TV show though, Paul. Wouldn't mind to be on a TV show like Catchphrase. Oh, nice one, Joseph. Well, I'm glad you like it, all mate. Have you tried the podcast, Joseph? I can guarantee you've probably not said anything that's been on some of them. I've not taxidermied a fish, but I have done. What have we got? Have I got one? I have done stuff like this though, right? Which is a fish that I gave legs and feet to, and then set it in resin. You see it clear there. I'll show it you guys as well. Yeah, I've done that, but I've never taxidermied a fish. Quite hard to taxidermy a fish. Yeah, 2 in a week job, possibly 2 showers in a week. But I've been busy in it, so you know it means I brush my teeth if I'm busy because I'm going out of the house, so I think gotta brush my teeth. A hanging pigeon like the baby. What like the? If I could get little plastic ones, but it wouldn't be as funny, innit? That's just a pigeon on a lead. no, keep them for yourself, Raw. I think they'll stink in the post. Thank you, Darth Spanky. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, Darth Spanky. I'll probably use that on my Instagram. Oh, and Joe as well. Let me get both of yous in there. There we go, that's a good screenshot. 2 people talking about my podcasts. Darth Spanky says, listen to your Aladdin podcast on the drive to work the other week. Brilliant. Long drive to work, that's like a 3 hour podcast, I think. And then Joe says, love the podcasts, my chickens thoroughly upset me. Very nice. Did you like the 3 songs, Joe, or was it a bit much to have 3 songs? You're right, Pizzle. Yeah, I know you should do your teeth morning and night, John. I'm fully aware of this. It's just remembering and being able to do that is very difficult. How much to stuff a bulldog? I don't do people's pets. Adds up. The head, the phrenology head. Oh, I could look at getting some of them in. I got that from my missus for Christmas years ago. Yeah, the podcasts are on there. You can even find Truth Seeking on there now, Joseph, which you've never been able to in the 5 years that Truth Seeking's been a show. It's only ever been on things like Spotify and that. But I've managed to figure out how to get it on there after years of trying. Yeah, well, there we go, Darth Sparky. I'll take a screenshot of that Darth Sparky as well. Is this at the bottom of the comments? It is. Adds up. No, I probably won't stuff a bulldog. I don't do people's pets in it. I like to just buy dead animals and do it that way. The microwave in your car was a good show, Nick. Have you tried Here's How to Upset a Chicken? Joe's had to listen to Here's How to Upset a Chicken. Darth Sparky said a 45-minute drive and you got 5 minutes into the film, which is, I would say that's normal for one of the film episodes. Personally, I think the first 5 or 10 minutes of a film, usually the first 3 minutes, is just full of so much mind programming. The predictive programming, concurrent programming, or just trying to manipulate your brain to think things without you knowing it's trying to make you think things. Because that's probably when you're paying attention the most at the start of the film. You're excited as well, so you're excited for the film to start in the cinema, innit? You're like, whoa, this is going to be good, this. And then first few minutes you're like, yeah, loads of music, loads of flashing lights, loads of stuff, take it all in. And then it's the film winds down a little bit, and there's a little bit of, oh, this is this guy, this is their love interest, this is the guy they're going to kill, this is this. Do you know what I mean? I know you're very good at all that, John, but I'm not particularly good at all that. I always remember to make stuff and write. Naughty nature. Naughty by nature. Alright, Joseph, come back and let me know what you think of it, man. Write on another video on here what you think of the show and which show you listen to. Maybe write underneath someone else's comment telling them that they should have a listen to that show. Be, oh, you like this video, maybe you'll like the Here's How to Trick Your Dad into Leaving Your Mum. This episode of World Around You's podcast. Do you know what I mean? I'm not seeing any hamster and bird hybrids with human teeth. I don't think we should do a podcast on personal hygiene. Or just every week personal hygiene, John. I haven't Julius Caesar, I've still not considered it. Well, I've considered it, you've asked me this plenty of times, but it's not something I've done. Oh, that's very specific, Joe. Very, very specific, Joe. I don't know if many people would want to listen to the personal hygiene podcast. I don't, John, I'll be honest with you, mate, I don't think I've got the star power that you seem to think I have. But I'm flattered that you do think that I've got the star power to bring in people listen to us talk about teeth brushing. I can't even get people to listen to my own shows. Hello, Tita Suarez. Hola. A favourite game, XCOM 2. Here's How to Tongue Kiss Your Dad. That was a good episode, that one, Nick. That was a great episode. Alright, adds up, thank you. I'm glad that you're going to consider sending me a dead dog. I won't do out with it and I won't accept the post. I'll have it sent back to you. By the time he gets back to you, they'll be defrosted and rotten. But that'd be your problem, innit? Or the postman's problem. I have what, adds up? Tongue kiss me dad? No, but it is an episode of my podcast. Some tips for you on how, if you wanted to, you could tongue kiss your dads. Trick him into it. Ooh, the best thing. You're right, B. Thank you, B. I'll take a screenshot of that, B. I don't think my day's been alright, quite a chilled out one. Not done a lot today. Recorded a thing for Patreon, but not much else. Where am I actually from? Ian Flanagan, I'm from Manchester. Grew up in Manchester. Just don't live there no more. I seem to be doing well. I don't get listeners to shows though, John. I'm not a star. Hello, Lee. If you listen to this week's episode B about Here's How to Upset a Chicken, or the new episodes of Truth Seeking, the best thing I've made lately, Twin Beaks, which is a duckling's body, and then it's got a tail made out of a neck made out of rat tail, which I've then branched into two, and then two separate heads made out of rat skin with little baby chicken beaks attached to them. Any ideas for the next episode? Well, Joe's just suggested I should do an episode called Here's How to Convince Barry that you've got Barbara Windsor's molar in a little container in your attic. But I think that's a bit niche even for me. So I'll figure out that. The shows, your books, your social media. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff, John, but it's not very, I wouldn't say it's particularly successful. I just like to be busy. Yeah, it's niche even for me. No, I'm not from Leeds, man. Don't know why I think I'm from Leeds. My dad's a Scouser, so it's made my accent a bit blurry, I guess. And I've lived down south for about 10 years. Oh, it adds up, reckons I've got the star factor. What, to make people listen to me shows? Alright, if I've got the star factor, let's see how many people have listened to my shows today and yesterday, eh? Let's have a look. It's not going to be as many as you think. But promoting a podcast is very, very difficult because nobody wants to listen to a guy talk. So today, we've had an astonishing 24 listeners. Yesterday, 37. Now, if I go over to Truth Seeking, those numbers will be drastically different. Today, actually, no, they're not. They're actually quite good for Truth Seeking, actually. Truth Seeking's on an incline. Truth Seeking's had 23 listeners today and 38 yesterday. Not very popular at all, do you know what I mean? It's up to you guys to make the podcast better. And, well, not better, I can make them better, and Jimmy can make them better, but to people actually listen to them. Because there's only so many times that me and Jimmy can say, listen to the show, we think they're good, but other people don't want to listen to the person that's done something, say, I think this is good. Like if I'd made you this pen, and I was like, this pen's mint, you should have this pen, you're going to think, what a gimp, what a bell end, do you know what I mean? Whereas if, like Joe over there is saying, you should listen to this guy's show, they're pretty good. If B went around saying, this guy's show's pretty good, do you know what I mean? Maybe maybe that would help. That's the best way you can help me with that. WNYNWA, I don't know what that means, Paul. YNWA. I don't know. Oh, how to befriend the local postman, how to make the postman like you. Yeah, I can't remember that one, Nick. I remember the show title, but I don't remember anything from it. Alright, B. Alright, B. I'll thank you for listening. I'll see you in a bit. Molar podcasts. Terrified at the cost of molars? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I am on Spotify. I've been on Spotify for 5 years with each show. Doesn't make people find it. Hope he's a red. My dad is a Scouser. I don't really follow football though, me. I find it dull. It's boring, isn't it? It's just watching a bunch of people run around. It does nothing for me at all. Nothing. Yeah, it's being able to constantly remind people that it exists and it adds up. Oh, thank you, Emma. That's the best time to listen because it means that it plays all night and I get more listens. It's got to be a good thing. What has been on Spotify, it's alright, I guess. I don't, I'm hoping one day I'll wake up and it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning and the show will already have had 1,000 listeners. And I'll be like, oh, look at this. And I'll be buzzing all day. And then it will never happen again. And then I'll be horrendously depressed. How to what? So Joe, to make him think he invented the stew known as scouse. For the under the deskers, we'll swap sides. A little side swap there for the under the deskers. I'm not sure, Joe. Maybe there's you can, if you search for it on Google, you can find it and make it so that you can play loads of episodes all at once. I'm verified on social media. I am on here. I am, and on Insta I am. But I can't get the Twitter one, so I'm on the paid one on Twitter. But I've not really noticed. I've been testing it for a year, but I've not really had. I think it's probably a bit. Oh no, because beetroots are dyed red, aren't they? Though I think in it a radish. But getting the verification on X didn't really help with anything, so I probably won't renew that one before. But the others are proper ones. So like this one you're watching on John on Tik and on IG. It's got to be a good thing. For what though? A good thing for what, John? It's just a thing. It felt like an achievement at the time. Yeah, it did. But I wouldn't say it's made much of a difference. Because of the amount of videos that I post as well, I might only get like 200 views a video, and then maybe 300, and then a lot of people don't understand why I'm verified. They're like, how's this guy verified? He doesn't really get any views. Not sure, John. John, I'm not sure if it's skipping some of your comments out, because now you've just said being verified. Either that or there's a massive delay that's causing our conversation now to fall to bits. Thank you, adds up. See, that's the problem though. Loads of other people are making podcasts, maybe not like my podcasts, but a lot of people are. It would help if there was another name for what the podcast is becoming, really. Because the Here's House, it's not really like a podcast. But when people think podcast, they think someone chatting about stuff. Whereas it's more, I treat it more like it's a kind of a weekly themed sketch show in a way. Like audio sketch in a way, I guess. That makes me sound like an arsehole. Being verified is a good thing. Well, I suppose, John, but I don't know. Like I said, man, it felt like an achievement when I got verified. I was like, yeah, that's meant like a bit of recognition and that, but then nothing changes afterwards, do you know what I mean? Nothing changes after any achievement though, really. You still have that sort of feeling of, I need to say, corrupt rats and emptiness, or whatever you want to call it. If that's what you're getting at, John. What do you mean for getting listeners to my show? Because I don't really see a verification tick on someone and think, ooh, this is someone who I should listen to. Depends what they're saying, or if they're funny, they're interesting. See you in a bit, John. A DIY video. No, I've done a video on there though about taking apart a rat, and you can see all the organs and that. I taught you through them. It would get views, but I don't want to teach people how to do my job. Do you know what I mean? You don't get a plumber teaching people how to fix the sinks and stuff. Oh, thank you, Latex and Steel. Well, I'm glad you get something out of it, Joe. Thank you, Joe. That's just nice, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the shows and that. You seem to be one of the biggest fans of the shows. Have you found all the exclusive shows, Joe? You remember on there? I can't say the name of it because I'm live under the desk as well. Doesn't like me mentioning the name of where the exclusive shows are. You alright, Jim? Not much, man. Not much is new. Just thought I'd do a couple of streams, say hello to people, have a little chat and that. I've made a bobblehead pigeon, and I've put a squirrel in a dress and given it fake tits, which I'll try and find you a picture of here. Here you go. There's a squirrel in tits with a dress. But I would like to get some more squirrels and make other things out of them. But I just like cutting up rats, mate. I just like chopping up my rats. I like knowing that I've made loads of different things out of rats and mice as well. Like I've got to have made, I don't know, hundreds of different things, like different ideas out of rats, which is mint. I'm glad you enjoy them, Darth Spanky. I was going to call you Darth Spanky. Darth Spanky. I buy frozen ones, Joe. What about you, Jim? What's new with you? Latex and Steel, have you tried my podcasts? Do you want to listen to how to upset a chicken? 10 ways to help you upset a chicken. 10 ways to trick your dad into tongue kissing you. Yeah, alright, Jim. No worries, man. I'll see you then. Probably won't be for another few weeks, I wouldn't have thought. Fair enough, man. We'll have a chat when I pop in, man. Oh, so on Joe, then if you go on the Spotify ones and you look in the description, there'll be a link that tells you where to get the exclusive ones. There's, I don't know, maybe nearly 400 extra episodes. Ooh. I mean, they could fall into 2 separate shows, Darth Spanky. I don't think that could be 1 episode. Alright, Jim. No, I'm not under the stairs anymore, Reese. I've not been under the stairs for years, man. Started to get very hot in there, made me feel a bit ill. And as the shows got longer, it became very difficult. Oh, that's a good one, Joe. That is a good one. Doable. No, I don't do custom work for people, man. I just like to make stuff and then hope it sells. I find if I do custom jobs, people get very wound up at me because I misunderstand and misinterpret a lot of stuff. Reese, have you heard today's new episode, the new daily update? No, it's not though, is it, Del? Because then I've got to look after the rats, and that's time and effort. Do much with rat spines? I do, Joe. I've not got any examples to show you of what I do with rat spines though, but I tend to put them in resin. If we're watching on Facebook, would you mind leaving a little like? And if you haven't left a comment yet, leave a little comment just because it might help push it to more people, which would be nice. Because apparently I can get paid for the live stream on here. So I've never really known. I didn't know you could. I knew you could for video views, but I didn't know you could for live streams. Doubt I'll get very much, but you know. Thank you, Darth Spanky. Yeah, rodent spine. I don't do much with mouse spines, really. I like to, sometimes I'll keep the mouse spines attached to the rib cage, maybe the skull as well, and it makes it look like a different monster. You set it in resin and it can look cool. But very little with mouse spines. So I use mouse tails though, put them in little resin lollipops. You're right, hello. Little drop there for R. Ooh, for an authentic experience. Yeah, Joe. Joe and Darth Spanky, how's this for a podcast listener? Reese has said, Reese McGoogle has said, I'm waiting for the band to go to sleep before I get on the new episode. I like hearing it over the speaker for an authentic experience. They are. I use playing it out loud, Joe and Darth. That's called dimorphosization, something along those lines. I have seen the Ted movies. I've seen the series as well, Joe. The series was alright, but not that funny. It's a diary reading today, Reese. This week's diary. No, I keep it at work. Lee. I've got a few dead animals in the house, but not many. Like stuffed ones, not just piles of, or like stapled to the wall or out like that. Not a lunatic. Just a taxidermist. Oh, nice, Joe. Does your missus enjoy them, Joe? What got you interested in making things out of dead animals? Initially, it's in the pinned video on here, Latex and Steel. If you want the full story, it's like a 10-minute story, which you might enjoy watching. But the long and short of it is, like the condensed version, is I took apart a mouse to try and impress my missus, stuffed it, and then a few months later misunderstood something at uni and made a rat into a pencil case. Oh, fair enough, Joe. Well, at least you're not simple then, innit? Hopefully she's not, American and simple in the sense that, this is some form of abusive relationship where you're taking advantage of the simple American. What do you... a merryman? A merryman woman? I don't know. Is it a merryman woman? An American woman? Is that the word for it? I was going to ask what's cook mean. That's cook. You're right, Dave. Yeah, diary reading today, Reese. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, Reese. I'm going to be compiling a little thing of podcast related comments and posting them to try and encourage more listeners. So for those on TikTok and under the desk, Reese has just said, what's going on here? Reese has just said, honestly, best podcast I pay for, to be honest. Good laugh is Jack doesn't take it super serious, and join the Discord as well. It's a great laugh. There you go, join the Discord. Yeah, they did, Joe, but I don't play them anyway. I don't really play FIFA. I used to play it with one mate because he really liked it, and it was just nice to do something with your mate. But I didn't really enjoy it. The weirdest animal I've worked on, I don't know. I've put lizards on crucifixes. Right, Marvin. Hello, Dave. Very quiet. Yeah, I can't help that, Dave. I'm streaming on a very old tablet here, so the mic's dog shit. Lee, she's helped in the past. Sometimes she's helped me harvest organs and testicles and hearts and that from the already skinned bodies, which is nice. But she doesn't really get involved in skinning and that. She's got her own stuff. You can find at Odd and Cute if you want to find that. And cute vintages as well. But there's no cute vintages page on Facebook though. How's the video gone down then, Dave? So for those wondering, Dave here is running, if he is the right Dave, obviously there's a lot of Daves, but Dave is involved with, I think would be a good word to use, a massive paintballing event which I've just done a video for, which he's put on his the paintballing page if you want to go and find that. I did share it on here the other day. Get your wife's votings from Discord as well. Yeah, that's a good idea that actually, Reese. I'll screenshot those as well. What am I having for me tea, Northern Girl? I'm having pork, maybe with veg. Pork and rice, definitely. Maybe with a bit of veg. Either putting the pork in a piri-piri mixture or salt and chilli. Oh, nice one, Lee. Yeah, she's got all sorts on there now. She's been finding all sorts of stuff for it. Well, it's because reason I'm saying hello Dave like that because someone came into the TikTok over there and said, "Alright, Dave, only here to see the big lad. You want the under the desk stream, then basic bitch if that's what you're after. That's not this stream. You'd have to go and find that, I suppose." I know you're talking about me dog though. I do know you're talking about the dog. He's not in here. Can't have him in here while I'm doing the under the desk feed. Steak stir fry and rice. I made a stir fry last night. The League of I love the League of Gentlemen, mate. League of Gentlemen's mint. Pauline, the careers advisor. I just like the simple things, man. The simple things of League of Gentlemen, like the posters where it's like a hand like this, being like missing finger, you know, just stuff like that. That's mint. Hello Marvin. Pens. Yes, I've got pens. Oh, my wife now. Yeah. Can I use your toilet, Dave? Yeah, morally questioned. I don't know enough about Brighton, Joe, to be able to do that. I don't know enough about Brighton. I probably is morally questionable though to convince your uncle he's from Brighton. Brighton seems like it must be one of those sort of, at the risk of upsetting Brightonites, I guess, Brightonians. It seems a bit cultureless because it doesn't seem to have like permeated British culture. Like Manchester's got Oasis. You think of Manchester, you think Oasis. You think Brighton. I just think of this guy that my mate told me about when he went into a dirty shop. Should we call it an adult shop? And the guy had a pet fox. And that's all I know about Brighton. Nothing else. Thank you, MW. Oh, Blackpool for Southern has got loads of lights in and a theme park. And a Ripley's. You're right, Sam. One that used to collect animal schools. Oh, nice one, Sam. Cool. Danny's saying, have you ever had to deal with a dead rat that you've turned into a pencil case that's had a prolapse? No. Wouldn't really make a difference anyway because I'd take the shit tube out of the rat in it, so I only need the skin. Don't need the actual poo tube on the rats, Danny. I use that for something else. Oh, thank you, MW. MW, have you tried me podcasts? You and your mates might enjoy me podcasts. Little 5 to 10 minute shows like this week's was Here's How to Upset a Chicken. 3 parody songs at the end of it. I've started putting parodies into more of them. They do, Joe. They do, but they're very small. Massive bollocks on them, though. No, I don't want to chew the poo tube. The RMW, yeah, you can find them on there. You go on the link on my page, it'll help you find them. It'll help you find that, it'll help you find Spotify, it'll help you find everything. No video for them, no MW. Unless, like the longer ones, there's videos of them, but they're exclusive to me Patreon subscribers. Yeah, the little visual things, Reese, are great. The little things in the background and that. Where it's not even really, it's a joke, but if you weren't looking, you're not gonna enjoy this mint. But yeah, MW, if you could send them round to your mates, get them to listen to them, that'd be mint, mate. There's a playlist on there. You can find Truth Seeking on YouTube as well now, which is a separate podcast. It's finally on there, but it makes it look shit because there's like 90 odd episodes, I think. I think there's 90 odd episodes now. But there's only like 2 viewers on 4 of the videos, so because I've only just uploaded them all to there. Not very often, Joe. Sometimes they'll have missing toes. I think that's an unfair thing to get a written warning for, Foot Down Friday. Quality, what? Better to have good listeners than loads of listeners. I suppose in some ways, basic bitch. I suppose. The Truth Seeking episodes though, we've done an episode every sort of 2 or 3 weeks for 5 years. Because it's just hard to find the time to do them sometimes. I'm alright, Z3, it has been a while, mate. Z, we finally got Truth Seeking on YouTube now, which is nice. For those wondering what I'm fiddling with, it's a biro. Is he having a fiddle? Is he on a live stream having a fiddle? Oh, thank you for the roses, Z. Very kind. Should we have a poll? Do you want to mess with my poll? Ask a question. There we go. Very boring poll just to get people interacting. Fiddling? For free? Don't know about for free, basic bitch. Joe, north or south? I'd go north. I'm from the north, but I do like living down south. It's a lot more relaxed than what I was used to. Is this? I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Facebook, if you can still see me, let me know if you can still see me. Can't see a poll. Oh, that's on the Facebook page. I haven't got a BTEC in speaking. I don't even know if you can get a BTEC in speaking. Like, I always assumed that BTECs were for like the lads that can't tie the shoelaces. So would they really give them? Well, I suppose they probably would just give them one in talking. Be an easy thing for it to get them, but I don't know. Maybe I've got a misunderstanding of what BTECs are. I don't think they were really a thing. They may have just been starting, I guess, when I was at college. I don't have a clue. I might even have a BTEC. I think I might have a BTEC in horticulture. I think I spent 2 years doing horticulture as a BTEC. Oh, that best poll, Joe. Very, very funny. Yes, very clever. I just like learning stuff, Danny, and I know that I'm quite good at talking, innit? But no, there's no BTEC in it. I've not done drama like that. I mean, we had to do it at secondary school up until year 9, but after that I didn't do it. It was pointless. And not all the people in there seemed weird, but a bunch of them did seem pretty strange. Not really who I'd want to hang around with, really. Some of them were, some of them were mint, but the majority of them seemed a bit weird. Let me see if I can figure out a poll for TikTok. So you do these emojis here. Smiley face means you've seen the podcast. Crying face means you haven't. There you go. So have your little votes, guys. There's a quick poll for you. Let's have a quick poll. Let me shove a quick poll in here. Yeah, we've got one sad face there. Basic bitch. You should give them a listen. And then try and recite them to the mirror like you're learning a script for your old drama class. Marvin's not listened to them either. Terrible news this, Marvin. I've got no idea, Joe. No idea. I wasn't really into Harry Potter. I thought it was boring. I thought it was really dull. And I hated the idea of watching something about a school whilst I'm alone, not at school. I never got into it at all. Oh, you've got a comment here off Reese, which it won't let me load. Why do I have to load this comment? See more. See more. There we go. See more. Hams. Steamed. Reese has said, I'm Patreon to Truth Seeking as well. Thank you, Reese. Depending on what you want, Jack with his true madness, stick with the world around you. You want a voice of reason keeping Jack in line, go Truth Seeking. What a review. Yeah, a little Skinner reference, there you go. Danny D. Walker. I'm not that good at learning new things. I don't know what to do. At 36, it's hard to absorb enough information to pick up another skill. What would I like to learn that's outside my skill set? That's a great question. What a question. Maybe you should try interviewing Danny D rather than learning, and then you get to learn momentarily about people, which you can forget immediately after the interview's over. Because that is quite a nice question. Something I'd like to learn. I'd like to have I think I would like to have a better grasp of general history and science terms and physics, I think. Because I've tried quite a few times to learn physics. Very hard. Nonsense. Gibberish. Just hard to follow. Makes no sense. Because I don't have a basic understanding. So what I do is I learn from conspiracy theorists and lunatics on the internet and learn loads of stuff that's probably not real, and then absorb all of that. And I've got quite a good brain for remembering things if I'm interested in it, which makes me think I could probably remember the stuff that I'd read about physics, but I wouldn't understand it or be able to apply any of it. So that'd be pretty good. Other skills, like an actual physical skill, like plumbing would be good. Plumbing, or a good understanding of electrics, like a workable understanding of electrics, because I can build a fence, and sheds. I'm quite good with wood. I can build a brick wall. I can build you a garden. Do you know what I mean? I can do pretty much everything outdoors in a garden, but doing the electrics is hard. And it's more usable in an house. Do you know what I mean? It's Pancake Day soon. Dell's saying people do celebrate it up north, mate. They do. But though I think I didn't know. Maybe it's just because it's just like a time thing. But I didn't really ever see the pre-made pancake mixes back home when I lived up north 10 years ago and not longer. We just used the flour out of the cupboard. The next arse I want to put in a sharpener in, Charlotte. I feel like it. Obviously, the best answer to that would be, it could be yours. Do you know what I mean? That'd be the best response to that, Charlotte. But as an honest answer, it'll be a rat. I only really put sharpeners in rats' arseholes. I don't really put them in other animals' arseholes. I like them in a rat's arsehole. Fabian, I don't know what that means, but I know that whole is hello, come estas is how are you, saludare, gusto is big, gusto, or good maybe, but I like the idea that it's big, but I think mucho is big, so gusto is probably good. I'm going to guess celarade is day, so hello, are you having a good day? Hello, how are you? A good day? Is it like that? But there would be grammar, so it's not a question. Either way, hola. Hola, Fabian. I'm already many housewives' favourites, basic bitch. I don't know if you've been in some of my older comments on my Facebook page. I don't know, Plimbo. I don't know. I don't really know how to gauge if people are my friends. Bricklaying, I can make a brick wall. Yeah, I don't know how good it would be, but yeah, that's relatively easy compared to some stuff. Trains, I don't want to drive trains. I've got no interest in driving trains. You're locked in a little tiny room, and you've got that pressure of 300 people's lives in your hands. Mental. I don't want that. Your strange strength is theology, debating and studying theology. Christ is King. Well, your username gives that away, but I suppose that's come afterwards. Yeah, I can't imagine that your actual name is Christ is King or Christ. Well, but your name could be Chris Tis King. If your real name is Chris Tis King, right? That is nominative determinism there, turning you into like a theologian. But I very much doubt it. You volunteer, Charlotte? What for? What do you volunteer for? Having a sharpener put in your arse? You don't want that. What a waste of a sharpener. What a waste of an arse. Is that all you think Lego is? Just water Lego? What, plumbing's just water Lego? Hello to Chile and Fabian. Fabian's in Chile. I'm guessing that's what that means. Saludo is got to be like a hello from Chile, hello from England. Un saludo desde Inglés. Does that work, Fabian? Fabian? Prices of meat has changed drastically since I was a butcher. I would recommend it for pulled beef. If you're going to cook it for a very long time, you could just go for maybe like a piece of topside or something, maybe. But you've got to make sure it's actually topside and not just some weird cut of another one that they've then tied up the fat onto. For pork, for a nice pulled pork, you could go pork fillet, which is quite cheap. You can get a pork fillet for about £4. That makes for a nice pulled pork if you don't want a lot of meat. But if you do want a lot of meat, I'd go for pork shoulder, which is pretty cheap in terms of joints of meat. This is real, Plimbo. You're in Japan. Oh, konnichiwa. There they are. If you've got Japanese people with you, Joe, watashi wa Jaku desu. Everyone in Japan called me Jaku. No one called me Jack, they all called me Jaku. Whereabouts in Japan are you? I know you would think pork fillet would be more expensive. Exactly, basic bitch. But I'm just basing it on how this is written. How random this is. You think this is random, Jack? Why? Because I've got that there. A little trade secret, Jack. The music's not been on for a good 20 minutes. I've just forgotten to put it back on. Okinawa. I don't remember where Okinawa is. It sounds like it'd be near Tokyo. Reese, this guy here, Jack Stapleton, he could give you Jack Stapleton, if you don't mind, as a friend of the podcast and other things, would you be able to recommend in your chef's expertise a good piece of beef, a good beef joint, cheap but tasty beef joint or pork for pulled meat? Go on, he'll be able to. Oh, this will be going on for another 15-20 minutes, Del. So I reckon you're probably alright to hang on, eh? Make her wait. You know what women love, Del? Women love anticipation. And that's all you do. When you're making someone late, I was well off, wasn't I? That fucking Okinawa was nowhere near Tokyo. It's just got the sound of that it would be in like the southeast, sorry. I was well off. You're right. Let's have another poll. Got to be pork then. PM reckons pork. Oh, if you disrupt someone, Joe, a really useful phrase in Japanese is sumimasen, like that. It just sort of means excuse me, pardon, or I'm sorry. It's a nice little thing to keep people sort of on side with you. I haven't, PM. I haven't. Chuck Shin. Chuck's quite good, maybe for it. Cheek can be expensive. You want a good stewing meat, basically. You want stewing steak, but as a slab. You want a good bit of fat in there as well, if you can. Create a new poll. Have you tried my podcasts? Have you tried my podcasts? Hey, would you like to have a little try of my podcast? We want to watch this one. Hello, Callie. Having people in high places. Who's in high places? Hello. Rump. Ooh, there you go, Reese. Jack's saying rump, but he'd go for Chuck or Shin. Now, a little bit of advice here. I would take Jack's word for it over mine. He's still involved in the cooking industry. In fact, he's got his own business where he teaches children to cook. Jack, if you would like to promote that in the comments, go for it. Tag it. People in the Northwest, if you're interested in teaching your kids how to cook, he can help with that. If you want to promote it, go for it. Or I can share it to my page and my stories for you afterwards. But I would trust him because he's also a larger gentleman, so he knows his food, so and how to make nice food. I think that's okay to say. Ooh, that's a really good question, Basic Bitch. Asking what it's called. But it's his sections in the Stockport area. So it's called. Fuck. I gotta remember the name of it. I know one word of it. It's called Stars. Cook Stars, Stockport Central. I will be restocking the nonce magnets, Charlotte. Terrible timing. Talking about a cooking class for children, a real cooking class for children, and you're here asking about nonce magnets. The name of his cooking class is called Cook Stars Stockport Central, and I will find it now and share it on my page. I'll put it in my stories for you. And if any of you are in the Stockport area or near to the Stockport area, and you want to be able to teach your kids how to cook, give it a go. What can we share? This one. There's a Valentine's Day workshop. Maybe a little bit suspect. So you want to definitely make sure, if you're going to go to this Valentine's Day workshop class, which is for children, please only go with your own child. I can't stress that enough. You can't turn up there without one, and you can't turn up there with someone else's. Again, this is nothing to do with me. This is his thing. This isn't me taking the piss. It is a very real thing. I don't know if that's particularly true, Reese. I reckon noncing happens all hours of the day. One of the things that keeps them as a terrifying people. Do you know what I mean? They could strike at any moment up until the age of 18. And then they can't get you anymore. I mean, I guess they could. But, I don't know. It's probably just as bad of an experience, I would have thought, to get nonced at 18. But you're not really getting nonced anymore. Now you're just being sexually harassed and molested, I suppose. Basic Bitch is saying Dolly Parton noncing 9 till 5. I think noncing 5 till 9 would be better, Dolly, as a song, wouldn't it? Like, it's like the idea the guy looks at the age of 9 and goes, not for me. Do you know what I mean? No, you could never take my spotlight, Jack. I've literally stood in your shadow so much. You don't worry. The strangest thing I've made with dead animals, I made, I might even have a picture of it, something that's quite, that people think's quite strange. Let's see if I do have a picture of it. I called it Forticles. I don't have a picture of it unfortunately here, unless it's that one. No, I don't. But Forticles was half of a rat and then loads of rat tails coming out of its face. No, not rat tails, sorry, baby chicks that I'd made into tentacles coming out of its mouth, and then at the end of the tentacles, the separate halves of baby chicken beaks. Took me about, I think it was about 13 dead baby birds and half of a dead rat to be able to make it. Oh, that's what the mints are about, Reese. That's what the mints were for. Because they hide it all in plain sight, innit, me? So that's why the mints are like after 8s, and then people look at them in shops and go, I was tempted, but now I'll remember. You know. Noncing 5 till 9, what is a little bonus song, Reese. But that's what's nice about these live streams, though, isn't it? I don't know where these are going to go. It's a lot of it's very dependent on what you guys say or make up. I'm alright, hello, hello. Opinions on the new Pope? I've got very few opinions on the new Pope, really. It would, I don't know, it'd be mad if he does come out about aliens, and he's like, aliens are real, and they're all around us, and they're holding onto our spinal columns. Mint. But I don't know if he's going to do that. My inspiration for me taxidermy, initially, my inspiration for doing the taxidermy was just to show off to me missus in my mum's back garden by cutting up a dead mouse with a knife and sewing it back together, just to show that that's something I believed I could do, having never tried it before. But I did used to work in a butcher shop, so you know I had some skills involved for it. And then I just like trying to make stuff. I like to make stuff that makes people laugh. That's my main thing. But also make stuff that people want to buy. Do you know what I mean? That's big inspiration of it is being able to put the eating on in my flat. That's nice. You know, that's a big. I suppose that's more of a motivator than an inspiration. But just trying to make stuff that makes people laugh. I am perfectly fine, Plimbo. I don't want you to hunt me down and kiss me. What a weird threat. I'm glad you like me stuff, Tom Morgan. Tom Morgan, have you tried me podcasts? Have you given them a go? How many people voted in this? No one voted. Oh no, no one's voted in the polls. Relaunch. The image is something like so. Reese is sat here thinking about noncing, or nonces would be. Why? All of your comments, Reese. I have to tap. There we go to make it open. This just gave Reese the image of some nonce sat with a kid tied up, going, "What the fuck was I doing again?" Then spies the After Eight wrapper on the floor. I remember now. It's been stood on, and there's like the minty gunk has been evacuated from the After Eight. He's like, "That reminds me. Come here," like that. I mean, I imagine. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, as it were. Make drones with dead birds. Someone's already made a drone out of an ostrich, man. I wouldn't want to copy them in it. I like to try and make my own thing. And Reese has got a point there, you know. Drones might actually be birds. Very hard to prove if birds are real. Very hard to know. They are, Joe. Nonces are a terrible thing. Which is why you should make fun of them at any given opportunity. It's weird, isn't it? Obvious one, but would. What do you mean, basic bitch? What you on about? Oh, camel toe purse. Yeah, I suppose. I've done an episode of there's an episode of the podcast for you to start at, basic bitch. How about here's how to kill a camel in 10 different ways. That can be your first episode you listen to, basic bitch. This has been quite a nice stream, this, guys. Thank you. This really filled the time quite nicely for me under the desk feed, because we've had our pop in and out, and maybe pop in and pop back out again. Just going to swap sides for the under the deskers there. Hello, Carlykins. Carlykins, Fawn, Crawford. Hell of a name. Wouldn't want to have to write that down, like when you've not paid for a ticket on a train. It's like, what's your name? And you write that down. They're never going to believe that. Doesn't sound like a real name. Well, you could start at the shins, innit? Basic bitch. Just hack at they got to have Achilles tendons or something. Hack at the tendon at the back. Bring them to your height. Do you know what I mean? You're right, Kyle. That might have even been one of them, but I doubt it though. I can't remember what they were. That was one of my first episodes I did. It would. I don't know if people would believe you either. And having to say it at the desk, oh, thank you for letting me in at such short notice. My name is George Clooney. And they're like, it's not though, is it? Then you've got to prove it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Treat yourself. People used to quote me saying treat yourself on here all the time on TikTok, basic bitch. There was for a while, apparently, I was a very niche micro celebrity in a very particular office block for BT, apparently, where everyone who worked there kept sending my videos to each other and all kept walking around, and as they'd go past each other, they'd go, treat yourself, like that, which is, I find weird, because I didn't even know it was something I used to say that often. That's a very, very good idea, Reese. You definitely should put your kid to bed before 8. You know, it's, you never know who's outside. Do you know what I mean? Not that I don't think I didn't think for one moment there, Reese, you were outing yourself as a paedophile. Not one moment did I think that until you said this, which is, you know. But don't worry, these get deleted after 30 days anyway. You'll be fine. But they might not. Apparently, you can download them and then post them as a video, which I might do. Who knows? Come here. Right. Yes, Plimbo. Oh, you accidentally robbed a bottle of cherry. You've got a picture of your face on the wall now, have they? I read that twice as I'm my local celeb to my town's heron. And I was thinking, I don't even know. Like, I don't even think the egrets in the lake in the river have even looked at me once. Do you know what I mean? There was a little sense of jealousy there, being known to the local heron. And be like, ooh, that heron knows me. He gives me a look. Flies overhead, big fuck off pterodactyl looking thing. Never shits on me. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Marco Matu. Marco, have you tried my podcasts? Should give them a go. Popular among the pigeons? No, you would be. Well, you've got to imagine if the heron likes you. You know, he's got some sway with the local pigeons. I reckon a thrush as well. I reckon a thrush would look quite kindly on you as well if the herons give you the nod of approval. Yeah, I guess that's how it works, Marco. I don't know. How do you apply to date me? You can't date me. I don't want to date people. I'm pretty happy with my missus. I can't even imagine the stress of trying to figure out how to do that as well. I don't know how people do it, or why they would. You're a seal, what, like a clapper, like that. You do. What is this like a? Is this a dirty thing? Is this supposed to be your feet making feet clap? What do you mean? You're a seal. You just get about singing "Kiss from a Rose" everywhere, and people looking at you going, "I'm sure I know your face." My podcast, Marco, is called World Around You's Podcast, and I have another podcast called Truth Seeking. You can find them on the links on my page, mate. The Linktree links, you can find them all there. Yeah, just 30 days of questioning, and then you're like, oh, the 30 days are over, and it was bloody 8:05 anyway. What does it matter? What a thing to say. Well, imagine getting questioned. Well, it was 8:30 in the bloody evening. No, it wasn't, Mr. McGill. Mr. McGill, it was daylight saving times had happened. It was Sunday morning, daylight saving times. You're like, no, I've done it again. Like, what do you mean again? That's all right, don't worry about it. It was over 30 days ago. Like, oh, that's fine then. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's what's going to happen. Well, I think absolutely dreadful. Well, the arrogance you see from folk now. What is, Joe? What's the dreadful thing? I don't know what's. There's so many delays. There's a delay on Facebook of about a minute. There's like a minute delay on there, maybe longer. And I'm guessing the TikTok delay's closer to about 30 seconds, 20 seconds ish, I think. Let's find out when. Tell me when, right? I'm going to count down from 5 and you pop a comment when I get down from 5, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Six seconds on Joe, on 6 seconds on TikTok. Still going on Facebook. 22 seconds on Facebook, they feel huge. That 6 seconds and 22 seconds feels like a very long time. Very hard to hold a conversation with someone who's 20 seconds behind you, especially with the rate I talk at and how much shit I spew. On TikTok it was about 6 seconds. Going off basic bitching you, about 5-6 seconds ish. Whereas on Facebook it was 22 ish, maybe 23. Yeah, that's alright, that's alright, the 6 seconds is doable. The 20 second is a bit odd. You've been had by daylight savings. And I would have gotten away with it again if it wasn't for you pesky farmers and that bloody daylight saving time. Oh, that's very clever that, Joe. See? Chatting to a poorly man. Or a poorly nan, either or. You didn't need to change that basic bitch. Right, I'm going to call it a day. You're right, Mohammed. Ciao. I think ciao works for goodbye as well, doesn't it? Right, I'm gonna end the feeds. Thank you all for watching. This has been quite nice this week. There will be more live streams going forward, more and more. I just got to time them in. Favourite brand of naan bread from the shops? I don't know the name of the brand, but the big one they do in Aldi, that they have in the bread aisle bit, normally on the top shelf. It's quite nice. They've started doing a Peshwari one. So on TikTok, I will see you in a bit. Thank you for watching. Please go and try the podcast Basic Bitch. I think you'll enjoy them. Oh, a bit much that, Joe. Bloody hell. Noise. And Facebook, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go into my stories and go and give Stars Cooks or Cook Stars a follow. Stockport Central. Give that a follow. Maybe book in if you're in the Stockport area. I want to teach you